At some point, they'll count you out. They'll look at you and decide, you don't have it. You're not strong enough. You're not smart enough. You're not built for it. They'll say it with words, with silence, with the way they doubt your goals behind your back. They'll laugh at your dreams until they don't, until the dream becomes real. But first, they'll try to put limits on you. Based on what? Your past, your mistakes, where you come from, what you've never done before. And here's the part no one tells you. It's not always enemies. Sometimes it's friends, family, people who say they love you, but can't see what you see. They project their fears onto your ambition. They tell you to be realistic, to play it safe, to stop reaching so high. And sometimes it's even the world around you, the media, society, the rules people expect you to follow. They all have their own version of what's possible, and they're quick to pull you back when you're trying to leap forward. But that's exactly when you need to keep pushing, because the loudest voices in the crowd don't get to decide your fate. And every time you try to rise, there's a voice trying to pull you back down. But let me tell you something. Their doubt is not your truth. Their limits are not your future. Their fear has nothing to do with your fight. You were not born to fit into their boxes. You were not put here to meet their expectations. So let them talk. Let them question. Let them roll their eyes. Because one day, they won't be able to ignore you. Not when the work shows. Not when the wins come. Not when you prove, without saying a word, that they were wrong about you all along. Let them sleep on you. Let them doubt. Just don't you dare believe them. When they doubt you, you have two choices. Believe them, or build something that proves them wrong. And it starts inside. Not with noise, not with announcements, but with silence. With that moment when you're alone with yourself and you ask, am I really going to let them be right about me? You don't need to scream. You don't need to beg for support. You don't need their permission to go to war for your future. What you need is a decision that says, I don't care what they think. I'm not here to impress them. I'm not here to follow. I'm here to build something they never saw coming. Because the truth is, some of the most powerful moves you'll ever make will be in silence. No applause, no validation. Just you, grinding, alone, focused, obsessed. While they sleep in, you show up. While they joke about your dreams, you keep working. While they talk, you build. Brick by brick, day by day. That's what they don't see. That's what they'll never understand. That the fire in you, it didn't come from success. It came from being overlooked. It came from rejection. It came from being told you'd never make it. And now, you don't need revenge. You don't need to argue. All you need to do is finish the job. So build in silence, grow in the dark, sharpen your edge while they waste time laughing. Because one day, you'll walk past them, and they won't even recognize the version of you that refused to quit. Words are cheap. Anybody can talk. Anybody can post, dream out loud. But results, those are earned. You want to prove them wrong? Then do it with action. Do it by showing up when no one's watching. Do it by doing the work every single day, especially when you don't feel like it. Because this journey, it doesn't reward talkers. It rewards grinders. It rewards people who put their head down and do the reps. Not for a day, not for a week, but for as long as it takes. You don't need to respond to their doubt with arguments. Respond with discipline. Respond with late nights and early mornings. Respond with consistency that breaks their expectations. You want to silence them? Then stop explaining and start building. Let the results speak. Let your actions say everything you don't. Let your evolution be the loudest thing in the room. Because when it's all said and done, people won't remember what you told them. They'll remember what you showed them. And trust me, there's nothing more satisfying than watching the ones who doubted you stare in disbelief when the life you built becomes too big to ignore. But you won't get there by hoping. You won't get there by waiting. You get there by pushing, by sweating, by doing the things others avoid until you become the thing they never saw coming. No hype, no gimmicks, just work. So let them talk, let them laugh. And you keep building, quietly, aggressively, relentlessly. Because proving them wrong isn't about proving them wrong. It's about proving to yourself that they never had the power in the first place. You've been grinding, day in, day out. No shortcuts, no applause, no promises. And for a long time, it feels like nothing's happening. You're tired, sore, doubting yourself in quiet moments. You wonder, is it even working? Because the results don't show up right away. The breakthrough doesn't announce itself. It hides behind consistency, behind pain, behind sacrifice. You'll look around and see others getting ahead. Quicker wins, louder cheers, and you'll ask yourself, why not me yet? But that's the secret most people miss. The longer the wait, the deeper the roots. The more invisible progress you've made, the more unshakable you're becoming. Because what you're building, it's not a flash, it's a foundation. And when it finally shows, it's going to last. There's a moment when it all clicks, when the years of silence, the sweat, the rejection, the lonely nights, they all come back to you, not as pain, but as proof. Proof that you were never crazy. Proof that your vision was real. Proof that everything they said you couldn't do, you did it anyway. And that moment, it's not loud. It's not explosive. It's not a movie scene with fireworks and music. It's quiet. It's you standing in what used to be a dream, looking back at all the people who said you'd never make it, and realizing you didn't just prove them wrong, you proved you right. Because in the end, this was never about revenge. It was about rising. It was about building a life on your terms. It was about earning respect, starting with your own. That's the real win. Not the applause, not the validation, but the fact that you showed up when quitting would have been easier, that you believed in yourself when nobody else would. So now they'll ask how you did it. They'll say you came out of nowhere. They'll pretend they always believed in you. Let them. You don't owe them explanations. You don't owe them credit, because the people who said you couldn't were never the ones who could. You owe it to the version of you who stayed up late, who got up early, who kept going when every part of you said stop. That's who this is for. So stand tall, breathe it in, not because you need to prove them wrong anymore, but because you did. You held the line, you stayed the course, you earned this. And now, let them talk. You're too busy winning.